They think that I just come in there and look for knockoffs, and that's not the case. I'm actually a sharp, smart fighter.
So, well, I'm here. Who wanted to fight me?
I really don't care who's in front of me. I don't feel like no fighter beat me.
Demolish everybody, to be honest. Everybody that's in my way. The pinnacle to any weight division is to have all the belts, all of the titles. Body work,
Welcome to Body Work. Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to Body Work Boxing. It feels so good to be back. TGIF. Yes, and more. Yes. I'm just happy that I was on call this week. Man, they got a little hectic at times, but had to keep reminding myself, Mike, you built for this. So I was on call, had a couple calls, got a little bit of overtime. I needed it, especially after the last couple weeks I had. I needed it. But I went to work, had a successful day, accident-free day. Did my job, was present and accountable all day. But all I really kept hearing, I was hearing all about HaneyGate. Man, still was hearing a lot of waffling. You know, heard a little bit of Tank. But I'll give y'all something real interesting, man. People are really like, I don't really like getting in the argument about who's the face of boxing and all that. But you gotta admit that you have truly made an impact on the sport of boxing where somebody would put, they all start off with Gervonta Tank Davis, and then they'll have a couple words with a little bit of controversy. They said Gervonta Tank Davis, good friend, sounds off on. I'm like, the video didn't have nothing. It's like, man, why can't you let these guys build? And I don't know why they don't really see that these guys aren't really the ones who actually do that and do thumbnails like that. They're not doing the guys that they interview any justice. Why? Because their name, what you're doing is you're tucking your name in association up under another person. You got to use that boxer's like name, like Video Mel Nikki says this about, you know, that fight or whatever, but you can't put a boxer's name apostrophe S friend. It's like, that's how you know, man, you got the juice. Not like the speculative juice, but I'm talking about like you got the power, you got the buzz, you are the clout to be chased in those instances. And that's one Tank Davis. But man, it's Friday, man. This is gonna be a Friday kickback. I was hollering at my homie. He was saying, man, we gotta talk about this, we gotta talk about that. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's do it. Let's hook something up. Let's give everybody the pulse of boxing. So I'm gonna have a little small talk before he get here, so we can really start chopping it up. But just to let y'all know, I'm here. For all those that are in the building, I am here. Present and accounted for. Arnaldo Nieves, saludos, bodywork. Salute, Arnaldo, channel member. Man, staunch, avid supporter. You go on the battlefield with me any day, Arnaldo. His twin, bodywork, Armstrong, flame, boxing emoji. Salute. Hector Tapia, blessings, my brother. Happy weekend, Hector Tapia. I appreciate that so much. Y'all ever work so much that when Thursday come, you be like, dang, man, it's, it feel like a Friday, so you go all day and you be forgetting that you got one more day. And the way they do our own call schedule is you start on call on a Friday so that you can, you be fresh at the beginning of the week. So you'll be on call from that Friday over the weekend. So even though my time was up on a Thursday, as far as how much, like me still being on call, like after work hours, if they had to call me and I had to go wherever I had to go, that ended on Thursday. So that was like, I was like, whew, I'm off call. But then it almost felt like it was a Friday, but I was confusing the fact that I was just off call with the fact that it really wasn't Friday. And I'm going to say, yeah, Ali, it's Friday right now. Yes. And I can honestly say it, man. I got, if this is going to be a laid back environment. Put one up. Let's do a cheers, man. Let's do a cheers. Laid back environment. We just gonna kick it, talk some boxing. We're gonna really just break things down, and we will have a real good conversation. It's a lot of things going on, but I'm gonna take a little that apple right there. But man, boxing is wonderful, man. Cocaine. Salute, chat. Salute to Cold Key. Erwin Torres. Body work. Salute, Erwin. Salute those Cold Key. Hey, you know what I'm saying? With this the 300. These are the kidneys. You know what I'm talking about? Cookie Monster. Body work. You know what I'm saying? Can't go wrong with Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster, one of my day ones as well. You know what I'm saying? Cookie Monster. How you doing on this Friday, Cookie Monster? Hope life treating you right. I'm talking about JDL Boxing in the building. Subscribe to JDL Boxing. You know what I'm saying? He got a channel. He be bubbling. He be doing this thing. What's good, body work? Just enjoying this Friday, man. Just being able, you feel a little bit free. He ain't got to be on call. It's the heating season. It's the cooling season, man, and HVAC. And, man, people be wanting that AC on, man. They be wanting to feel cool. But I think it's going to be a cool weekend. Got a weekend of boxing. But I don't know if we're going to get into that a little bit later. But it's a lot of things going on. And this is really what we're if you see the outline for what we're going to be doing and what we're going to be diving in today. You know, I was hoping we can fully immerse ourselves into this, but yeah, this is it. This is it. This is what we're really diving into. Said I got a tiny channel. Yeah, despise not small beginnings, man. Tiny things, with the way I be doing, I ain't never think I was gonna grow. I just kept one step at it. I take the stairs, man. I go to a building, a skyscraper, I'm taking the stairs, man. I'm standing on my own too. I'm doing great. Hope everyone is enjoying their evening. Yes, Miss Cookie. We are, and Coke just getting acquainted with everybody in the building. But our special guests have arrived. And it sounded like earlier when I was talking to him, he had a lot on his mind. And I was like, okay, we're going to get down to it around about what time. He dropped that thing. I gave him the location, and here he is, and he's right on time. Let's see what we got here.
Salute.
My man Pop.
Yeah, this one was necessary after the day.
What kind of configuration am I in? Why is this thing not showing? Hold on real quick. How do I get? Let's see. There we go. Cooking with gas. What's going on, Pop, man? What's on your mind, homie?
Yo, since this morning, I've been okay. We got the news. Ryan Garcia allegedly so far cheated, right? The B sample got to be tested, but it's out there that he might have cheated twice. Matter of fact, 3 times. 2 drugs he tested for and the weight, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't know what Tank tweeted, right? But whatever he tweeted or said really got the Alphabet gang upset. So much that dude made a whole show about his character. And from what I know, and you like the shit he was saying, bro, I was like, I don't think you have any kids. So there's no way you should be saying who should want their child to grow up to be like who. You don't know what some people may want their kids to have trials and tribulations. Some kids may want their damn kid to have the easy life. It all depends on where you came from. But you don't know. You ain't no parent. And the fact that the way you talking about this man, because I'm only old enough to be his older brother or his uncle. But bro, I done a whole bunch of dumb shit. And they had no money, right? So you want to bring up everything that he did, but you don't want to put no context to it. You want to talk about the Mike Coppins and shit where Tank was snatching his baby moms out of the gym.
Mm-hmm.
But now, as we can see, he don't want none of his people nowhere near nobody associated with Floyd at all. It's been like that for a while. And what was the report? She was mad because I think it was Floyd baby mama or somebody she was over there talking to. I ain't fucking with him. Don't be near him. You want to talk about the car accident? You just got out of jail for that. Paid a hefty fine for that. He really messed up on that. He was 25 years old when that happened. You're a millionaire. If you make a phone call, your lawyer gonna tell you to get up and get up out of there. Your lawyer gonna say get up out of there. We'll take care of that later because we don't want to deal with all the photos and all that of you and then that. Get up out of there. You left something, go back and get it, and we'll take care of it later.
And more real quick, salute the Champ Sports Boxing, man, channel member. I gotta you know what I'm saying, salute. But yeah, go ahead, keep cooking. Go ahead.
So you talking about this man character, right? Then you said, this how I know you ain't no real nigga from the street like that. You ain't even a real man like that. You said, now I've said it too, maybe a nigga need to go sit down for a little bit because he wild. He need to sit down and get his mind right and think about it. That's when you wild. When he went to jail for that shit in Florida, let's think about what he was doing. He was in training camp, away from all the bullshit, away from Baltimore, away from Vegas, away from the Midwest. He down there. She gets mad, lies, have him locked up. He said that was good for you. Now, if you can go to jail for some shit that you done or some shit that you doing or somebody see you doing, but a complete total lie, you get locked up. He ends up lying, and we know the whole story. You do too. And you said that maybe that was best for you. Now I threw a rant on Big Baby, and I didn't say he need to get locked up. I threw a rant on Shakur. I ain't say he need to get locked up. Come on, bro. You ain't got to make your case on Tank for Devin. That don't get you no clicks and views. You talking regular and you know that don't. You pumping your chest out and yelling roar. That's gonna get you clicks and views. Like, this be real. This is the second time I done had to get him. The first time I got him was the weekend at Shakur and Jamel. And he wouldn't talk about the fight. He talking about Canelo, who just had a fight and ain't got no fight. You so pro-black. Why you ain't talk about the black fighters that are fighting this weekend in Black Hollywood? They was fighting in Atlanta. You want to talk about Canelo. Canelo got enough support. So because I said, can you hurry up and get to the topic? I was a homosexual. I was gay. I was the F word. My family didn't love me. I ain't got no kids. It was a whole. I swear to God, bro. If Shaw watching, I swear to God, next time you see him, he'll tell you. I had to light his ass up for that. Like, bro, my family walks through. We never see nobody. We never see the opposite sex in your goddamn. You don't never got to click it to go talk to the kids, put in the bed, none of that. So how would you know? How would you know who or what somebody would want their son to be like? How you know somebody don't want their son to go through the fire and see what's on the other end, which is greatness. But because Devin got beat up and Tank tweeting how he feel, right? Even though, it's looking right now like he cheated, but I don't know. But, bro.
Yeah, let's break some of that stuff down. You know what I'm saying? And let's really break it down. We got time, So one of the things is this. What Tank actually tweeted was his message a direct message between him and Ryan, where he was basically saying, now, if I'm going to bat for you and I find out you really cheated, basically, like, I'm gonna fuck you up when I see you.
Yeah.
And Ryan was like, nah, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? You'll find out shortly that that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do it. I'm good. So they are like, a lot of people were asking, like, well, why would he kind of align himself with or kind of show himself as an ally to Ryan at this time, even though I'll get into the other point, but why would he be an ally to Ryan right now when him and the team was basically saying that they thought that Ryan was up to some shenanigans, and that's why they did what they did and how they went about the fight, the way they went about the fight to make sure he wasn't doing it. So I kind of seen it from both sides, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I've been getting accused of being a Tank D rider forever. And I came to a point where it's like some things I can't get out and get in front of. Some things I can't answer for. I'm not one of them people that's gonna put on the cape and the shield and act like I know every goddamn thing, because I don't.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? Even if I was, even when I was on the path of actually associating or whatever, I wasn't getting no friendly vibes. I was looking like competition. Like I was stepping on some toes and I ain't even know it. So I said, you know what? Hey, I'm a fan at that point. I'll let people do what they do when it comes to Tank. I reserve judgments and past judgments and things like that. Now, I can see it two ways. The first way is people got to realize, man, sometimes some of the most like greasy ops, they get in the ring. It's something about when you share, it's just like fighting. You know, it didn't happen with me. Like you fight somebody, you know what I'm saying? When it's all said and done, because y'all shared that experience, it's kind of different. Like you got that shit off your chest. I proved what I had to do. Like really, what was it all about? I think people don't really think that Tank is a real dude, a real solid dude. And they pick and choose when they want to kind of like be introspective about Tank, because remember my man who said he don't get no love?
Yeah.
Remember what he said? He said, man, what you gotta realize is that Tank had been around it. He had friends and people that died and people that's in jail and all this and this and that.
All of them.
He said, but he stayed in that gym.
Everybody that started with him.
Everybody knows that he was really in the gym. He was around it, but like to keep himself from being one of those, now he became a statistic in other ways, good and bad. But to avoid becoming a bad statistic like everybody around him, he stayed in the gym. So how can you say that you don't want your children to be like nobody that was surrounded by all that stuff and persevered because they stayed in the gym? And he stays allegedly, Mr. What I want to call him, the liking, you liking with the, you know, you like staying in the gym. So I think that you would probably be able to relate to somebody that stayed in the gym. If you really stand in the gym. Now that's one thing.
I already got word. That shit is just for show.
I already know, because you can tell when you work out. Like wait till I get back. Wait till I start work. I said you should, just because you got some big ass arms, that look like, yeah, you done got them up there, but you ain't maintaining, because that shit don't look like that. That's almost like fat arms. You know what I'm saying? You get a little, you get your arms all big and then you get a size smaller. You know what I'm saying? And then it makes them, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. This broken mirrors appropriately fitted. You know what I'm saying? We already know.
That's exactly what this is, bro.
Then most of the time when you see motherfuckers like this, hold on, let me see. Hold on. What you see a motherfucker like this? They got all that. How they be doing it? When you see a motherfucker like that, the motherfucker be like, you know what, I'll just shoot his dumb ass, because he gonna try to play around, man. He ain't gonna square up, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you really be thinking. But like, we all know, like, we know the people that be all them people that be trying to show that's peacocking, man. Like, we don't, like, come on, once you get to a certain age and you really done been about that life, you would do it, but you don't seek that shit because you done been through, you done got your feel of it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel personally.
Crazy, bro. And is Tank, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. Is Tank Crackhead Cousin gonna jump on every panel and talk about how, bro, you ain't spoke to Tank in probably 6-7 years. You said he don't do shit for you, but that's your cousin. You probably know if he give you some money where it's going. You're going down there to the bottom where Bodie and Michael was at. That's where you're going, nigga. You're going down there to Avon's corner. Or depending on where you're at, you're gonna be over there with Prop Joe or something. He ain't giving you no money to go smoke, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, man. I ain't never heard nobody from Tank Team talk about fuck him or he ain't pay me or this, that, and the third. Nah, they all solid, bro.
And you gotta think, man, it's different, man, because it's like Styles P said, man. He said, You said you got all this bread now. You're forced to defend it. It's different. Where why you think he's his residence, his personal residence? I got a story. Like people might not believe me, but guess what? Y'all remember when they said he bought that condo in Baltimore, and that's what got him in trouble?
Yeah.
Guess who do the PM services on that building? When I heard the news, and that's how solid I am. When I heard the news, I was like, he can't be talking about. They can't be talking about where I actually been doing the PM services for the last 6 years in that building.
Ooh.
I clean the cooling tower. I'm in the building. I know the facility. Like the people that work there, they've known me for years.
Are you all the way through the building?
They know my background. The engineers that work there know me. But I'm like, man, I'm not a clout chaser. I was like, wow. I told my lady, I said, man, you know what, Tank? I said, he over there, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I couldn't believe I was reading the paper. I was like, yeah, but I ain't gonna try to get nothing off of it. I ain't gonna try to, you know what I'm saying? But that's how it really is. So I knew that. But you gotta understand that certain people couldn't know where that place was. Like out here, you gotta move different. Like when you go up to that magazine, it ain't a warm, friendly welcome. Everybody's either like this with their hand out, or they waiting to figure out where they gonna line you up at. Like you can't, like you would want everybody to be behind you, like how Ray Lewis, how you would think somebody be behind Ray Lewis, another icon out here in Baltimore, stuff like that, or Cisco, even though he fell out. Like you would want the community and everybody to be behind you in that manner, but it's not in today's day and time. You were walking late.
And Ray didn't live it. Ray didn't even live in fucking Baltimore. Ray lived out by where my sister lived at, bro. Word. He was about 30-40 minute ride from fucking B-More on the highway. I know where Ray was at. My sister showed me the exit when I came out there. Word. So living in Baltimore, listen, Laurel ain't nothing to pat at. It go down in Laurel. So Baltimore, like I said, my sister would not come down to where the police was circling the block. Police was at Penn Station. The college right across. She said, "Nope, I ain't coming to get you. I gotta wait till your nephew get home." And then I was like, "Damn, she ain't even coming to Baltimore. She wouldn't come to Baltimore. My brother-in-law had passed. She wouldn't come without him, so she wouldn't come without my nephew. So I'm at Penn Station about an hour and a half waiting for some kid." Look, and she stayed at Elkridge. So I'm like, yo, come on, man, you gotta just get in the car. I'm like, nope, wait till he get here.
Yeah, because shoot, even I'm from PG County, and we wouldn't just come up here because it didn't got better in a sense, but like you just don't. You gotta have your mind. You gotta be a certain mindset to be up here in Baltimore, man.
Definitely.
Like I almost got. I want to tell my little story about yesterday. Yesterday, I go out there to try to check the ice cream, man, and everybody was looking at me like I was crazy. I'm like, yeah, but people be going missing. They come by, all they do is take the money, and it was a big ordeal. I just said, you know what? Stay your ass in the house, Mike, because people don't think like you. They be turning on you like you just trying to get rid of the ice cream. I'm like, nah, y'all don't realize what's going on. But it's just, I say all that to say it's different up here. And for somebody like you to be where he's supposed to be from and have the voices and the ears and the opportunity that he actually have, they abandon. That's why I say they always abandon all reason. Like, you know, you got a big bullseye on your back. You know what I'm saying? You know how many people that might be ops just because they might have known them at one point in time, and then when you moving like that, you gotta be aware and alert and acute, because it was a time when they were saying he was out here fighting and all that. He has matured. You can't have this kind of longevity and been selling out all those cities in a row
and do what you're doing.
And so some of the stuff had caught up to him a little bit, whatever. But if you real and you can assess the situation, you already know that, man. Yeah, in the moment, it was wrong. But I remember being in the Army. We all remember being young and dumb and just, you know what I'm saying? And then we definitely had that kind of money. Like, I probably wouldn't be here if I had that kind of money. Why? Because I had Army money and I almost wasn't here. You know, so they'll pick and choose. But with them guys, it's almost like they had to have a pivot on this. And this is where the mirrors come in. They had to have a pivot because of what happened to Devin. I wanna wait. I want to reserve my judgment until I figure out what's going on the back end of the testing and all that.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? Because right now you'll just be like, I'm like, but this is what I brought up. I brought this up last night on Body Work, Boxing, and Waffles.
Yeah, I seen that.
And I was saying, well, Frank Martin must be different, huh, Pop? Because I recall one Michelle Rivera pop hot. I recall Frank never hit the ground or the canvas. I remember Michelle Rivera he hit the canvas with a right hook.
Yeah.
He popped dirty, and then the Haney voice. This was when the news came out after that. The Haney voice went ahead and gave Michelle Rivera a microphone where he called Tank the B word. He was like, yeah, this B, blah, blah, this and this and this and that. I'm like, why would you let him do that? First of all, you don't have no real respect because you give him a common courtesy of a guy like he didn't just pop.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't woo or try to pursue Frank, and I'm gonna tell you why in a second. You didn't woo or pursue Frank to get much information to give him his shine after overcoming somebody who popped hot. But I'm like, Frank must really be different if he knocked down Michelle Rivera, who can box, and handed him, you know what I'm saying, handing him his ass in that fight, never made a big deal about it. But they'll say Frank ain't nothing. I'm like, well, he must be something if he did that to a guy that had tested positive. What was the fake outrage when Michelle Rivera tested? It was no outrage. They gave him a platform to speak. Why? Because they could ride the coattails. And this is the big thing, Pop, and you can probably elaborate on this. The reason why people like Tank get all the hate is because he's not going to grace their channels.
No.
He ain't coming on there. They can't monetize off of him, even if you do. I got to be careful even when it comes, because I used to do the boxing breakdowns. I done showed who was doing the same thing I was doing when I was doing it, only because he in the good graces of everybody else, his shit don't get copyrighted no more. But he was in my inbox. He was going back and forth with me saying, man, this crazy. You do got haters. You do this. We were doing the same thing, but people be thinking, I just had to get away from it because you can't use that footage without them copyrighting you. Who want to go back and copy and paste and have to risk taking down the whole video? That's why I got away from doing that. But because they can't monetize off of him,
it's a problem.
It's a problem. We all know what it is, because this is a business. I'm just thinking, man, if you any kind of person, you would not use your platform and your privilege and all the itching ears out there to bring somebody down, because in the grand scheme of things, this is what I always ask. When you look at people like Shakur, people like Tank, people who catch all the, even Tio, when you look at these people, I'm like, what really egregious did they do? Like, yeah, maybe a little silly stuff on social media, but really, what did they really do for you to just want to pray for their downfall like that?
Didn't fight Devin. Think about it. Everybody you just named didn't fight Devin, and they wanted him to fight. You gotta think about that. You said Tank, T.O., them niggas didn't like, and T.O. the worst. T.O. the worst because that fight was supposed to be right there, and you fought Cambosis, and you bullshitted for a whole year. So like T.O. really get it. Like, they can talk about Tank, they can clickbait and hashtag all they want, but that ain't gonna deter the niggas with the coins. Like, y'all had to do a lot of shenanigans to fill up the Barclay. When we hear Tank fight, they can't even sell all the tickets at once, bro. They probably sell like 10, 12,000 real quick. And then then they see the demand, then they can raise the prices on it. Like, to go to a Tank fight, bro, you got to save up if you ain't getting to it like that. Up here, you got to save up. Because the stars going to be there, the drug dealers going to be there, the niggas with good money going to be there, you know what I'm saying? And then everybody else that's like the regular nigga that, you know what I'm saying, working 2 jobs and shit like that, nigga going to be up top. The boxes, all the boxes, when Tank fight, bro, the movie stars, rappers, influencers, businessmen, club owners, club promoters, all them niggas right there. Them be the niggas that you want to see, bro. Like, I saw, what's the motherfucker, bro? The streamer, the white kid, I forget his name. But he streamed crazy. He was on with Jamal. Jamal was trying to get him to pay him for commentating one of his YouTube fights. Huh?
No jumper dude?
Nah, he's not no jumper. He's a streamer.
Oh,
I forget his name, bro. Cause he been with Andrew Tate and all of them. But I forget his name right now.
Yeah, the dude, the Charleston White, the one, him and Charleston White.
Yeah, him and Charleston White was going back.
Yeah, I know his name, but I don't care. I know you talking about.
I can't. But anyway, right? That dude was sitting behind Mark Wahlberg at the Tank Davis Ryan Garcia. Listen to what I'm telling you. We all know Mark Wahlberg is a huge boxing fan. Huge. He didn't go for the glamorous guy. He went for the roughneck. He white, but he a nigga. Mickey Ward is an official nigga. His life makes him an official nigga. The movie The Fighter, he fought for that. That man boxed for 2 years until it was an actual go for that. So we know he loved boxing. How much you think Mark Wahlberg's take his word to sit? Like, he can feel the sweat come from the ring. And the Tank Davis Ryan Garcia fight, how much you think I'm taking his word?
How much? Like, I know 18. I know, like, mid-range, wasn't it like 8? Some of them tickets were like 18 grand.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, this influencer, bro, that plays the video game and does this nigga was sitting right behind the multi-millionaire great movie White Boy We Love, Mark Wahlberg, bro. He's sitting right behind him. You feel me? Like, in a whole different type of world. Even the world that we can, because we stream. This nigga, he's top 1%. You know what I'm saying? In the streaming world, he's top 1, top 5%. Easy. He's sitting right behind Mark. Man, Mark Wahlberg gotta be worth goddamn $250 to $500 million. Easy. Everything he running in control of. And the streamer sitting behind him. Sanat was there. The nigga that be fucking with that be like how hard do you think it'll be if I beat your ass? All of them niggas was at Tank and Ryan fight, bro. I ain't seen. Did you see any stars like that at Ryan and Devin fight? I was watching. Did they jump to the crowd? Was there many stars? Any Samuel L. Jacksons or Wesley Snipes? Was any of them niggas there?
It was
I didn't see none of them niggas there, bro. I didn't see none of them. It wasn't. But when you watching the Tank fight and they in the middle of the ring and you fuck around and your eyes, when they standing out doing nothing, you look in the crowd, like, oh shit, that's Denzel, Samuel L., and Judge Mathis sitting right next to each other. Holy shit. Is that Wesley Snipes right there too? Holy shit.
Then you got Stacks and that whole crowd, and it was way more to count. He Tank bring him out.
He bring him, bro, when he was in Atlanta. I swear to God, I thought I was watching a reunion of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Tell me I'm lying. He fought in the A, not that all the class A rappers come out and B rappers, the Love and Hip Hop niggas popped out. I seen Rashida at the fight. Like, I know when I see somebody, I say, oh shit, Rashida and Kirk here. Ain't bring him out. He like, bring him out. So I get why they mad at him. He won't, and then he did even worse. He made his own podcast, so now y'all definitely ain't getting nothing. You got to come over here.
Oh, he got a podcast now?
He's behind the Rise. The Rise podcast is his shit.
Oh, yeah.
They first ever couple episodes is him. Like they had him up there, you know what I'm saying? That's when they call him everything but his name, so I'm gonna call. That's when Blue Blazer went over there and went viral, talking about he think Devin or Shakur could beat him.
Yeah, he was like, I'm the only one that can beat me.
Yeah,
me.
you know what I'm saying? That's when he went off. So since I haven't seen him up there too much, but Coach Calvin always over there, Coach Kenny always over there. You know, they actually get access. Like, I'll be real with you. We told our niggas it was a whole panel. And we told the niggas it's boxing to you. We told them niggas, we said, yo, y'all bullshitting, bro. Y'all bullshitting, bro. Like, y'all ain't got no footage of being in B&B. Y'all don't go live at B&B. Y'all don't go to the fights. We don't get like, you don't give us nothing. Like, but we can't say that about the Rise. Like, we told them that. We like, yo, y'all gotta. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all done had Bud. You done put the phone on Bud, and we seen y'all right around shooting pool, laughing and joking and shit. Like, nigga, get serious. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, Aiden Ruff.
Yeah, but you know, we ain't got he get enough publicity, but we know, you know, but like, bro, y'all got to get in there, get serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all ain't even got, like, nigga, y'all ain't even interviewed Bernie. The Spanish nigga, like, y'all got to get them up there, bro. Y'all right there. You really got to get them up there. He's the biggest show in town, you know him. Like, y'all could be the podcast, but literally Bernie is his mouthpiece. Y'all could still be the podcast for B&B. You ain't got to be for Bud, but for B&B, you can be, and you got it. And we, you know, it was about 7 of us told him that, so it ain't just me saying this shit, shooting that nigga. We told him that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, y'all niggas is bullshit. If niggas could get there, you know, like on some real shit where Jahad Tucker trained at, 40 minutes to an hour away from me, depending on the traffic. That's just one way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I might have to stay till about 8, 9 o'clock just to come back so the traffic don't be crazy.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, but you niggas can go, and he is the only show in town. And y'all, you gotta do it. Somebody gotta do it. But the Rise podcast is that shit belong to homie. And Calvin, and Calvin's always up there, so they can get information that's credible. Where not too many people are getting credible information. I'm not saying credible, like you're getting it from the horse's mouth. Or the horse's best friend, or the nigga training the horse.
But they'll use that against them too, because sometimes they say stuff, but because that's what they have an opinion too, as far as things that they want. But then as far as how the business goes, that might be something totally different. So they'll use that. And I've never heard somebody be as successful as they are, and he's doing it with his day ones, get that much disrespect. That's why I was saying I didn't have any mercy for the KQ guy, because you know, I was over there and he was kicking it with me. He rocked with me, even though when he was part of the alphabet, he was rocking with me, whatever. He'll shout me out and do all that. And one day he got on there and was like, yeah, you know, he was saying some stuff about Coach Calvin. I was like, I was the only one out of all them people said, look, man, you don't gotta do that, man. I said they got their own podcast. I said it's open panel. You can get up there. They know you. You know, they know who you are. You can go in there. He just, I do what I want. And I can do it. And I'm like, yeah, you done got bit by that alphabet bug.
Agenda.
And now look at you. Now
Agenda
you are,
based.
you know, now you on the stroll. You back on you know, all because you want to act like I understand the pack mentality. I do. I understand it. It's effective. But at the same time, you still gotta like when you older or you have morals and you've been through things, like you kind of gotta be like, nah.
You know what it was? He was new to them niggas. He was more than so he was still having to take orders. Like it's bro, they shit agenda based like a motherfucker. And when somebody buck at the agenda, that's when you get the big meter maid talking about, you know what I'm saying, the Learjet. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. That's when you get that. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it's no coming back from the meter maid bus driver want to be detective. There's no coming back from that, my G, because you talking about wifey. Now, some of you niggas may be alphabet gang or nothing, but nigga, when I do this, and then I click off, no, nigga. No.
We the same way. That's what I be trying to say.
No, nigga, I live with her. I live with her. And you saying crazy, like, nigga, if you felt like that, say that shit to me. If anybody clipped your shit, my nigga, and made a video, that's there forever. Word.
That's why I was getting on the Oscar the Grouch. I call him Oscar the Grouch because he live in a trash can. But I always get on Oscar the Grouch because he'll put him up in drag. It's like you can't. I said when people got daughters and children that's old, like, you know, they're gonna get older and like you gotta like, bro, come on, man. Like we can disagree and do all that, but like at some point in time, when is it cool? And then for his family member to still be rocking with you when he can look up and see little bro on the screen with looking like a woman, like that's not cool.
That nigga the crackhead. You know that nigga the crackhead cousin, the dope fiend cousin that done stole everything. That's why they probably put him up somewhere and like, nigga, just stay over there. But bruh, that man said he's never done anything wrong and disrespected shit like that. And like you just said, like, yo, this nigga be putting nigga shit up in drag, and just because they don't do what you think they should do. Like, bruh, if you were so important, right, they would be bringing you in like other niggas. You know what I'm saying? And then I got the damn shit where I know how much you niggas channels was worth, and I'm like, niggas, shut up. Shut up. Niggas, but they channels is not hating like that.
But look, they famous for that though. They'll always come on and say, man, I don't never. That's the form of gaslight. It's like literally, dog. Like if I could pull up something and you're doing it, but you're on here, like I would never. Like, what is your form of disrespect? Like, what do you consider? That's why I asked, like, who raised you?
Bro, I asked you this. The nigga that just popped back up and started talking boxing after Devin, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say he got taken advantage of. No Diddy. Right? Because that's what happened, right?
I'm tracking. Yep.
The nigga he changed his damn channel to cheeseburger some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
You do know, right? Like how much he talked shit about Bud, him and his wife, all that shit, right? When they was before the fight. And he was so pro Earl this, Earl stand on business, Earl. I haven't seen you post any footage from your channel of you going into where Earl at, you going to, you know, but you was let inside B&B. You did get to talk to some of the coaches. Fighter. I think it was Steven Nelson you got to talk to.
Bomac.
Bomac, you got to talk to a legendary trainer. But you got up here, and what did you do? What did you do? Top ranked Toby, this, that, and the third, aligning yourself with niggas that said that you hope that Blue Blazer raped Bud when it was at BLK. The tangle web niggas weave and then get mad when niggas throw it back in their face, bro. It's real, just like this is only things that y'all said. Y'all be like, you trying to throw back. No, nigga, that's what you said. And people go off of that. Your fans run with that.
Yeah, man.
That's
you
why
got crash dummies. That's why I say, man, you got crash dummies when they be out here online crashing out. That's why I be reminding people. I be like, man, I understand this is YouTube. When you got crash dummies out here that will crash out, that's a dangerous thing. That's why I was like, I won't even play around. Like, not out of fear. It wouldn't be out of fear. It's because if you got a crash dummy that'll crash out because of what you add to them or what they think they can benefit from being inside of the pack, that's a very dangerous thing. And in a scared, a lot of people will tell you a scared fighter is a dangerous fighter, but a scared motherfucker out on the street is very dangerous.
Bro.
But if they can put a battery in your back and get you riled up and tell you, yeah, like the way the big man be talking about, yeah, man, I guarantee, like, who you got willing to crash out so you can be around eating up all the goddamn hog maw, all the pig feet. Like, who you got ready to crash out so you can stay around just consuming shit? Like, that's dangerous. That's why when you a leader and you got charge of a bunch of people, and I know from military, like being in charge of people, like for real, like lives and livelihood, and teaching people how to do laundry, how to shoot, like how to, you know what I'm saying, do land navigation, like how to, you know, like all this shit is like, this, what y'all got going on, that ain't shit. Like, and then act like you, like some of y'all, like the big man here, he's a granddaddy. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers is, y'all know y'all ain't really on that type of time. Y'all like to give that persona, but we all know that, man, this is YouTube, man.
Yo, this nigga Tyrell,
man. Like, don't forget, this is YouTube, and you might not be getting where you want to, but like you getting put on, Captain Egghead putting you on, be grateful for that and use your stuff. But I realized that, look, this is what I realized. It ain't nothing to a lot of these guys. Like, when you look at the levels, like, it's just like when you get new technology, you get a new phone, or think about from the Atari all the way up to the Xbox. Think about the Neo Geo. Like, think about the Nintendo, the Neo Geo, the Neo Geo. Think about the Dreamcast. Think about the evolution. When you really get into the dynamics of some of these motherfuckers, ain't no sophistication to them. That's why we get refried beans in them dry. That's why I always say, man, you can go to 7-Eleven, get one of them dry ass Jamaican beef patties. You can get one of them motherfucking dry ass hot dogs, or you can get some of them chicken wings that been under the lights.
Oh, that pizza.
That's what these niggas are. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. There ain't nothing gourmet about you. You ain't shit. Like, you 7-Eleven.
Bro. That's why the 7-Eleven Chronicles is so crazy. The 7-Eleven Chronicles is crazy, bro. 7-Eleven promotion, 7-Eleven production. Oh shit. Just for that. 7-Eleven. Bro, I don't know what be wrong with them. It's just an agenda to push, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna go out here and say Devin, like we all make jokes and shit because he got his ass beat, but that shows a different level of something else. They're gonna expose Bill, and your son gonna be the sacrifice. We literally can't, because we can't do nothing to you. We Can't do nothing to you because you won't be caught by yourself. You won't leave. You won't get caught by yourself. You won't go have that conversation man to man with nobody. You've been taught like, I've seen some shit when people was talking about motherfuckers was breaking the rules and sacred rules and shit. Shit, the Haney was one of the first ones to start that shit. First rule in boxing, what goes on in sparring stays in sparring. Who broke that rule? And somebody told me something, I forgot all about it. They said, remember right before the Tank fight with Hector Garcia?
Mm-hmm.
What they do? Didn't they release that sparring footage?
Yeah. And they lied. And Hector Garcia came on and said, what? They didn't, like, what? He didn't do this. He didn't do that. He was like, nah, that never happened. But they made the narrative like, unless he would have came out, the narrative still would have been that they sent him home. Now, they might have sent him home, but they didn't send him home the way they were insinuating. But that's what I be trying to say as far as the voice and the people behind the stuff that they push. Because, look, my man Terrell, he in the comment section cooking. You know what I'm saying? All these things. He got some points, but, like, to your point.
He cheated, though, bro. Like, nah, like, if he took an unfair advantage after the damn 3 pounds, yeah.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards, like, you know, he got to be relying on them. He at the mercy of them people saying that Alicia Baumgardner excuse. And they already been priming that excuse. Everybody been priming that excuse already. I'm just like, look, man, I'm going to remain absolutely, positively right in the middle on it. I don't know. And I never get out in front of anything until it all come out. That's why it's like, yeah, it sometimes might seem like I'm late, but it's like when you hear from me, it's because I done put a lot of things together. And we need to book in that whole testing thing and all that stuff need to happen. So yeah, I'm not, if Ryan really did that, he need to book thrown at him. But I can say this. I've given an example and Terrell put another example in there, Oscar De La Hoya and Fernando Vargas. But Frank Martin and Michelle Rivera is the best example. Like, yes, you got a valid, if that come back and it's positive, you got a very valid, substantial claim. You really do.
Yeah.
And that's fucked up that he did it. If you know what I'm saying, you know, however much it benefit him or however, whatever it costs, that would be very fucked up. But what I can say is I saw some things, because if you won 5 rounds, you won from the 2nd to the 6th. You won 5 straight rounds. In my book, I scored it. You won 5 straight rounds. That just means you got off your game plan and you got relaxed. So you could have done it. You needed 2 more rounds, and maybe if you wouldn't have got knocked down so much. But they was trying to actually give it to you off of them 5. Now he won 5 solid rounds after he got caught.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll give him that. So really, it's like, what are we really talking about? It's like, yes, if you were a victim, I don't condone it, because, you know, a heavyweight just got sent up. Yeah. That's why I didn't like the fact that but see, with all the things, what I be trying to say, trying to be the little voice of reasoning on somebody's shoulder saying, look, man, I don't know if you want to be talking about homicide.
Yeah.
You came in with homicide, and before the fight, I said, now listen, y'all remember what happened with Wilder? I want to catch a bite. The ambulance better be ready. The medical better be ready. And then Fury came out of all people and spit some scripture. How did that turn out? You don't go. Yes, we know in the ring that can happen, but you don't go in the ring with those intentions. It's not good energy to put out. You don't go outside like you. If I go outside and, you know what I'm saying, and I got my heat, I'm not going out like I'm about to run up. I'm not doing that. I have it because it's like, man, I don't know what's gonna go on. I don't plan on nothing going on. But if it do, I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Hey, shout out to D12. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's how I feel. But like, you put out this energy. You said a whole lot of things to where if now be real with me, Pop. If there were levels, remember Devin said there were levels.
Yeah.
Now, anything short of him, like I can see of Ryan. Now, this I think it would kind of, I don't know. I don't want to quantify the level of cheating. But like, I do think it's a difference between somebody having plaster in their gloves and then them taking something to be able to. If the man had plaster in his gloves, it's like, yeah, but like, listen,
Yeah, Margarita.
you were levels above. And you're still going around saying, I'm just a special kind of fighter. I heard him say this in a recent ESPN interview. I'm just a special kind of fighter. Like, what kind of special kind of fighter when you've always had the advantages? And this ain't no fly by night. I was the first one actually. I got videos where I took a lot of heat for actually showing the metrics. I was showing the age. I got a murderer's roll. Well, I'm showing the age, the arm reach, the height. I'm showing all the stats like in visual form because people was not getting what I was saying. I said, look, this man has always had the advantage. I don't know what he is. He's always been what I call punching down. You always been punching down. So you said a lot of things. So if it was levels, well, we still need the verdict, but if it was levels, you should have been able to show that it was level. You didn't do that. And it's not going to erase what people seen, man.
It's not, that's bruh. That's the thing where it's like, that's why I say it's chestnut checkers with this shit. They knew you was gonna kill yourself, that you had to kill yourself to make this shit. The only way that you could have done this shit is if you knew Ryan wasn't gonna do this, y'all was gonna, you could be like, hey man, you gonna make weight? Da, 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 da. If you don't make weight, bruh, I don't have to make weight. But see, that shit took a whole day for him probably to lose that fucking 3 pounds because you depleted yourself to the minimum, to the max. So, and Ryan went just where he was supposed to. And then if he took a supplement to get back even faster, crazy. The 2 supplements, crazy. I don't see how, like that one you can't be condoned. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm not saying he'll be kicked out of boxing because, you know, Margarito came back and got beat up by Pacquiao and Cotto later on in his career, but just saying, bro, like, ugh. What they saying you took, it really ain't that bad, but it's like everything compound about it. The 3 pounds is crazy. When they really get down to the nitty gritty of it, that 3 pounds is crazy. And Devin murdered himself to represent the Devin. You know, they're gonna throw all that shit in there, man.
But this is the thing with that though. But this is the thing with that. Now I still got a whole. I gotta keep reiterating this because I don't want people to pick and choose what I'm saying. Ryan is still on the scale, and until that verdict come in, I can't really shut the door. But let's compartmentalize that and set that off to the side for a second, right? When we actually look at the fight, right, and Devin's history. Why is it always okay when you always had the advantage? And I was trying to say this before, like boxing is getting kind of weird to where you almost hear people. I talked about it, but it's kind of hard for me to word it. I've seen several fights to where when the fight was over, because certain fighters didn't win, they'll say, man, what do you think about their matchmaking? You really think they should have did that? It's like, why? Because the guy you didn't win. So now what? It should have been even more like unevenly matched. Like it's kind of weird. I actually catch people actually saying that the matchmaking was bad when somebody actually take a loss. It's like, no, that means the matchmaking was on point. Like unless somebody would really just really lining somebody up. Like if somebody was just really lining somebody up. Like you can't say that. You can't complain when you've always had. This is a pet peeve to me. You cannot complain if you always been punching down. I said the same thing about Wilder. I said, man, why is it when you fight somebody that's taller, longer, stronger? And I almost came out with a video, but I said, no, I ain't gonna put that kind of energy out there. I said, because the first time Devin lose, they're gonna pull that cheating stuff, man. They're gonna say it.
Well,
And I hope for 2 things. I hope that if Ryan was cheating, Devin get his justice. But I really hope Ryan wasn't cheating, man. Just because that all that's going to really do. Oh my goodness! If you
That's
thought it
gonna
was bad before,
a tarnish. That's gonna be a big stain. A big fight like that we all and you do that, yeah. And then when it come to Wilder, bro, from what I'm hearing, from what I'm being told, they about to wash him up out of here.
I seen that video of him running, man. I was like, man, why are you gonna fire the dude that had you trying to make you do that, and you didn't want to do what he wanted to do? Then you hire somebody that you knocked out, and then he's just this big philosopher. And then some of that stuff that he was saying, how he interviewed, he kind of weird, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, man. That dude, Malik, man, that dude, man, the way they be talking and stuff, man, that just be kind of, it be kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? Some of them vibes that I'll be seeing. But how are you going? And we supposed to believe because the whole pads and all, you know what I'm saying? All that, the 9 minutes of training. Like, how many times did you really run around that track? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, bro. To come off the performance you just had, right? I understand that you need activity, but to come off losing all 12 rounds, 11 minimum, to get Zhang, I mean, you got to get Zhang, and I don't know whether he win or lose. He get Jarrett, Big Baby. Like, if I'm him, I'm looking for the other Big Baby. At this point in my career, like, if I'm not fighting him for like a shot at like something crazy, what?
Look, before the Joseph Parker, I remember when he was supposed to get in there with Ruiz. I really wanted to see it. I said, man, that's the perfect speed versus power. Now, we hadn't seen Ruiz in a minute. Now, I think, and now the longer that goes as a heavyweight, we don't know what kind of lifestyle. I don't know what he out there doing, you know, but I wanted to see that at that point. And his fans, this is why I be trying to say, man, it's not good to have all these yes people around you that's just going to agree and nod. And, oh, yeah, play it. Yeah, man, that's cool. That sounds good. Sounds great. You can't have that around you because they were saying, what do you need Ruiz for? He don't need Ruiz. I'm like, what do you mean? Like
that's
in the era.
They don't even know him. What Ruiz is for real once you go back and look at it. Because I'll be real with you. I thought Anthony Joshua was gonna knock him out in like the middle rounds. I'm like, it's Anthony Joshua. He's gonna catch him. And niggas was like, I remember I was on delivery. It had to probably be like 1, 2 in the morning because the fight was in New York. Where the fuck? We was coming back from me. We was coming back from like Connecticut or Brooklyn. We was coming from somewhere. And the nigga looked, he was like, cause my phone had died. He was like, yo, homie won. I was like, get the fuck out of here. He was like, yeah, look. I said, oh, shit. But then that nigga was like, Ruiz, he got quick hands and he really good on the inside. And where he beat Anthony Joshua at? On the inside. Joshua didn't keep him out down there with that jab. He looked stiff, he looked robotic. He kind of looked like something was wrong with him, to be truly honest with you. But Ruiz on your damn, and he didn't beat your old work. He beat Ortiz and another nigga that you fought. So like that would have been a good fight. That would have been a great. And then it wouldn't have been such a long layoff. You feel me? Because it was like a year almost. No, it was more than a year. Then from me when he had fought. Because when he fought Helenas, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna fight again." I'm like, nigga, it was word. Nigga, you didn't fight no more till you fought Parker.
Yeah. One
then,
round in 2 years.
Yeah, and then you fought Parker, and then he beat you every round. Now you're gonna come back and fight the big Asian. And then 2 months from that, you're gonna fight the young boy, Big Baby. All right, nigga, you think you LeBron, go on right ahead.
But ain't this what Big Baby been waiting for though?
I'm gonna be real with you. Till he proves otherwise, I think if Zhang do Wilder dirty, like when we was talking about it the other day, if Zhang do him dirty and Wilder don't get the fight, or he retire, or he takes some time, I don't even think Big Baby go entertain a Zhang fight. Or anybody of that caliber. A Joe Joyce, maybe a Joe Joyce.
You don't think he ready for a Zhang?
I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares for the ranking, because then he would actually have to do what we want him to do, and that's take it completely serious all the way to the top. Like if Zhang dominates Wilder, and then you fight him in August, and then you fuck him up, you already in every sanctioning body at a decent ranking. Yeah, so then there's no way of nobody who knows boxing that won't call your name out. Not everyone's gonna call your name. Because
you don't want that bullseye. You saying he don't want that? He ain't ready for that bullseye to be on his back.
I don't think so. Cause I think he only doing this fight for I say only, but it's a big bag, and he been the only prominent heavyweight or big puncher or just great fighter not getting this money. When you think about it, like everybody that you would think he's a big time heavyweight. He ain't no prospect no more. He's a contender. He the only one really who ain't went over there and got nigga, you ain't getting to this money. You over here fucking up Hellcats and souped up Durangos and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're doing. You want to have fun, nigga. You have got to get into the rankings and fight somebody. And I don't think that the Wilder, Anderson Zhang fight, what zazz does that have? What appeal is that?
I think it depends on the verdict. I think it depends on the verdict of the Wilder fight.
But, right? Here, Wilder, Anderson, right? The Bronze Bomber versus the real Big Baby. Could be the passing of the torch from the latest. I'm gonna have to say it. The latest. I'm gonna say it. The latest heavyweight boxing champion to the new up and coming phenom that could be some special. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's a big build up because people know Wilder, but then when they hear the name Anderson, they're gonna be like, well, who this young black boy from the Midwest? Who is he fighting? He's fighting this black kid. Where he from? I'm motherfucker from Toledo. Oh shit, Toledo, Ohio? Oh, I got family over there. Blah, 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 blah. Well, Wilder gonna knock him out, right? Oh, what you mean? He like, look, nigga, he like that. So, like, that could be that builder, because niggas gonna be, I don't believe, nah, nigga, Wilder back. Let's say Wilder knocked Zhang out. Right? Big right hand connects. He hits him like Omni-Man. Bing! You know what I'm saying? He catch him like Omni-Man. Or really, you know what I'm saying, crazy ass Goku punch. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? Game over, right? He run over there to Big Baby and get his head boxed off. And he beat the fuck up. That's a big fight with a big name. Former world heavyweight champion, 10 title defenses, had the belt for 5 years. And passing the torch to the young upstart from the Midwest. But I don't know if Big Baby ready. If that shit was the all fall in place, I don't know if he's ready for the spotlight, limelight, publicity, always somebody in your face. Doubt it. I think he'll beat Wilder for really. He'll fight Wilder. I think he can beat Wilder now for really biggest paycheck he ever got in his life. If I was him, go ahead.
You ain't talked to Loader?
Nah, he ain't been responding. Man, this nigga could be in the city. He could be in Connecticut. This nigga just produced it's like an album. Got his name on it, so now I know what he been doing. But then he'll respond a day or two later.
Oh, okay.
And be like, let's go. That's what you got the other day. I was like, come on, let's go. Or I wanted to talk about it, but I wanted to see. I want to see what he's saying about this, because he ain't been paying attention to it, because I ain't got no messages. If he seen it, I'd have got it'd have been my inbox have been like, yo, nigga, what's this? Yo, nigga, what's this? Yo, what time we going on? He definitely would have been like that. But I think I'm gonna try another Murderer's Row. Probably this weekend. I'm gonna hit Crush. Definitely hit you. I'm gonna see what La doing. I'm gonna definitely do another one of them, because I like the shit. But it all depends on where you want to do it at. Because I don't be getting Crush notifications. That shit be pissing me off.
Me neither.
Early in the morning.
Me neither. I don't either.
Yeah, they don't. There's some, YouTube don't fuck with Crush. He go on early in the morning when you like up, like getting your coffee, getting ready for work and shit. But he just getting off. So I'd be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So I gotta actually type his name in and go to his page.
I caught him. I caught him right after that one murder row. I caught him whenever that next morning was, when he was going back to work. I caught him then, but then I ain't been seeing nothing. I got the notification in, but after that, I ain't see nothing. But shoot, before we shut it down, what do you think about? Let me get your initial take on this whole Frank versus Tank and how you see it, because a lot of people not even. I hear it's a press conference or some kind of promo coming out, I think tomorrow.
Well, like when they're gonna do the fight, they definitely, like, if I see a Montevideo or Joe Vincent, I see something like they got real numbers, because they don't go live. They just got videos, and they videos be doing hundreds of thousands, a million plus. So eyes on them, on their video. When you see one of them, to be truthfully honest with you, I think somebody done, you need to put this together. Hey, let us see what these numbers look like. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen both of them do remakes and other shit, especially when the Earl Bud shit popped off. I don't see Tank making it past. I don't see Frank. I don't see, matter of fact, I don't see Francis making the past 10 rounds. We're gonna go from Frank to Francis when Tank drop his ass. Because Tank seemed to be on a warpath right now. Word, I take shot like, yo, Tank mad at everybody. This nigga got Clarissa Shields. He, you know what I'm saying? He said she looked like Joanna, man. This nigga, like, nigga, I seen some shit. He said, man, the reason why I went to Devin is because some nigga that from Baltimore that be D-Ron Bauer. But nigga, we know why. Because that nigga pissed you off. Because for years you didn't say his name and they kept saying your name and that shit would piss you off. I get it. Why don't it's Southpaw versus Southpaw, but I went back and looked at Frank. Ain't nothing Frank got that I see that makes me think that he gonna beat Tank. Nothing. It's maybe like, remember when Floyd like knocked the shit out of Andre Berto in like the last round, and Berto almost fell, but niggas ain't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna see that. It's gonna be that times 10. He's gonna catch the big muscle bound motherfucker because he might be tired. He's gonna catch him, and while you trying to damn rest, it's gonna be a knee. You're gonna take a knee, or if you ain't never been sat on your pockets, like the Rock told Stone Cold, get ready. You're gonna sit on your pockets, bro. You're gonna sit on your pockets. Very few out of the, how many fights Tank got? 28, 29? Yeah. I mean, with a ratio of, if he got 30 fights and 27, 28, them niggas sat on their pockets, front or back. You got a problem, bro. Like, I mean, and what's so special about you not getting stopped? The ref saying that's enough, or sit on your pockets. You could be, but I mean, Derek James' win is tainted right now.
I know. That's the one thing. That's the one guy I thought about. I said, "Dang, Derek."
You know what I mean? DJ already going through lawsuit money, losing his pupil, his prize pupil, pretty much losing his other pupil, and then your new pupil has the biggest win of his career, biggest fight of his career, and it's tainted.
It's hanging in the balance. Yeah.
No contest on this nigga. So, then is DJ training Frank? We don't know.
Right, like again, and I say for all the people that think, oh man, he gonna beat Tank, he gonna do this. It's like, man, I like Frank, but I don't see no videos about him. I'm like, so the alphabet people, man, they put all their eggs in on like 2 or 3 baskets, man, and they don't promote. You know, it's not a good look, but we're not seeing any videos about Frank. We don't know what's going on. Only thing I've seen about Frank, and I think this is how Tank be rocking people to sleep. He'll come out and they'll fall into that trap to where they feel like they got to be disrespectful.
Yep.
And Tank is one of them people where it's like, it's almost like anything else. You kind of got to bullshit your way up to him. Like, you don't want to piss him up and get him on high alarm and get him like already pissed off. Everybody know, like, if you get him pissed off, like, he gonna come in and he ain't, you know, you might as well try to catch him cold or work your way up or stay in the distance and make him come at you, chase you down. But you don't want to. And I know he called him a B, man. You know, he was like, yeah, B, I'm ready and something. I'm like, all right, man. Like, I don't think that's. I keep saying it before every fight. I say, man, don't walk down. You know what I'm saying? Finagle the bagel a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Don't. That's like you don't want to have him on high alert, high aroused, because it's gonna be an earlier night, man.
Walk right into something, bro. A lot of like some of the knockouts when Tank knock you out, you know, he get mad, he catch you, but those beautiful ones, bro. When he set the trap, like, what's Tank best? What's the greatest knockout he got?
I would say it's either it gotta be Leo, man.
Gotta be Leo, right?
It gotta be Leo for me.
Gotta be Leo, right? That's some real shit. Now, what did Leo do? After a while, Tank started knowing everything Leo was gonna do. And I seen some shit when they said Leo was like, Tank was like, I don't know why he threw that damn straight right hand 3 times. Like, I don't know, what was he thinking about? Nigga, he was thinking about keeping you the fuck up off him. Cause the shit was different. See, niggas be showing shit like Leo Santa Cruz hurt Tank, blah, blah, blah. But when it got to them, like them 3 rounds before he knocked Leo out, Leo was tired and like, oh shit, he punch. Oh, he punching. Oh yeah, he punching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He dodging. He weaving. Oh, he right here. He was back here. When we went ding ding and we was close, he was back here. I had a chance. Now with 1 minute and 10 seconds left, he right here. He right here. And I can't get him. Ain't none of my punches got no power on him. He right here. I got push, skate, run. What happened? He caught me on the rope with nowhere else to go. What did I have? I ain't have nothing else but what? 1, nigga, get back. 2, motherfucker, get. That's what you got. He lines your ass right the fuck on up, nigga. Now, what do you do with Rolly? Oh, you think you're strong, huh? I'm strong. Strong. Come on in here. Come on. Right there. Bang. Oh, bro, the way he hit him. Like when you hit a motherfucker, like you might have thought you caught him. But when you know you caught him, oh my fucking God, bro. He hit him and was like, ooh, like they tell you, don't admire your work. See, a lot of you people in here who don't know and you niggas that's gonna watch later and steal it. They tell boxers, listen, don't admire your work. Every boxer admires his work. But they tell you, don't admire your work because the punch that you think might have done it, that ain't it. But when Tank caught Rolly, when he caught Leo, it's not that but he was like, the Rolly one, he was like, ooh, yeah. He was like, nigga, I hope you want some more, I got some more for you. But when he hit Leo and Leo dropped, I think he went from like some shock to, as we say, he turned into a 300 warrior real quick. Then he was like, I bet he thought about it, like, damn, bro, he dropped. Like, is he dead?
Yeah, he was scared for him. Everybody was scared for him.
And bro, you like the build up on that shit. Like when kids go back and watch the build up on that fight, right? There's no animosity. It's 2 great fighters. Leo had a story. Tank had a story. Leo got ties to Floyd. We know that Tank got ties to Floyd. The story you got from Leo is like, Leo's father is like basically fighting just cancer, just to be at the fight. And he's dead. And Leo's having a great fight.
Yeah.
Pressure Tank. And the fight ends with Tank hitting your son with a Mike Tyson uppercut. Lush underneath his motherfucking chin and drop him like a sack of rocks right in front of you. Flat, bro. Not
It's like
in the fetal position, occur flat.
with a jab split. He almost did a jab. He did the little leg was back, but it's like he turned the console off. And what's crazy is if he would have been any closer to that corner, his head would have hit that goddamn. He would have hit the post because he fell under the ring. Like his head was like right up under the like bow right under, like right by the rope, right in the corner, man. He dropped like a bag of potatoes, man.
I ain't even saying Tank hit the hardest, but bro, where he catch you at, crucial. So, Frank, you got some. So let's before we end it, Tank's elite. Tank and Francis, you got a lot of flaws. You don't move your head much. You're a little stiff. You tire out. Your chin, no question, but we know Tank can take a punch. You take a motherfucking punch by a real fighter. We'll see. Because the only nigga I know that you got on your resume is the fake Ali. Other than that, it's a wrap for you, bro. Because you good as long as you where I'm at right here. You good. As long as the fight stays right here, you have a chance. But just like that Mike Tyson punch out, bloop, 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 bloop. When he get right here, you don't know how to goddamn, and you punch the wrong time. You seen the nigga hit your ass, and you be white, you be blue, you be purple. That's gonna be, he gonna turn the console off on your ass, nigga. Unplug everything, nigga. You seen our robot, nigga. Like Vicky's got to die. That's what's gonna happen to you. He's gonna pull the plug on your ass. That's what I got to say, bro.
Well, good, man. Good cook, man. Thanks for coming through, man. And I'll let me when you ready to do that murderous roll.
I got you. Yo, salute.
Salute. All right, bro. Yeah, man. That was Pop, man. We do that all the time over there on his channel where we talk about a little bit of everything, and it be Loader on there, Lord of the Rings. He be on there, and we just jump around from topic to topic. But on this one, man, what I can say is I respect Frank. I like Frank. Frank is a guy that I've done videos about, I promoted, and that he has a skill set. He is very athletic. My whole thing with Frank is I think Frank is really just going to surprise everybody. Not if you heard me before. I believe Frank is a 140 pounder. I believe Frank, when he makes weight and he cuts weight, depending on what kind of camp and how he cuts weight, I believe that Frank, he ain't going to have all this power till he get to 140. But I think that because 140 in his dimensions, he just like Tank a little bit. I think he got Tank by, I think he's an inch taller than Tank and got an inch longer reach than Tank. I think when I look it up, I think that's what I saw. However, I think that Frank, he's too vascular. And the fact when he has to cut down, I think Frank is cutting away some muscle. You can kind of see it like right here on his face when he's making weight. So I think that what Frank's downfall will be in this fight, if I had to pick Frank's downfall, it would be a false confidence or an overconfidence. And he's going to have a lot of people, especially getting closer to the fight. Remember, we're at the beginning of May. It's not till June 15th. And that hate tank, the hate tank that we're starting to see right now, that's starting to creep up and snowball and get bigger and coming from even more angles, and everybody want to say it, it's going to be red hot. If Frank don't shut down social media, get rid of all the people around him saying, yeah, you need people around you that's going to say, yeah, you can do it. But if you got them in there giving you super duper extra false confidence, no, you got to be real about your opponent. You got to take Tank very seriously. I think the fact that he shared the ring with him was a good thing. The bad thing about it is that since that time, I can see it. But Tank is in tremendous shape. Very focused. You know, he's not spending no time cutting weight in camp and all that. He's already on weight, like well beyond weight. He's just getting work, repetition, muscle memory, incorporating, even at this, still adding on to the craft. I think it's going to be a good fight. I think the keys for Frank will be to go to Tank's body. The thing is, you got to be defensively responsible when you go into Tank's body. And you got to be just as patient as Tank. Because that's the whole thing. People get impatient and they start thinking, oh man, I got him. And they start pressing the issue. They have a little success because also I've heard this time and time again from Tank's camp. He's almost like Sabril Matias in the sense that in some cases he actually likes to get hit. Some boxers are like that. We've seen that. These are not Matias and Tank. They're not like two of the only guys. Some boxers don't like to get Shakur, don't like to get hit. Devin don't like to get hit. Some boxers actually like to get hit. It wakes them up. It you know, no diddy. It arouses them. So what you kind of want to do is you kind of want to like almost, if you can, you kind of want to try to slow walk or try to rock Tank to sleep. Otherwise, Tank got one of the highest IQ. He has some of the most athletically gifted feet. He has impeccable timing. He knows how to launch. He's like one of the only boxers that can actually leave his feet. And once he take off, he already know where he's going to hit you. And another thing, Tank has an innate ability to be able to change where his punch is going to land in mid-punch. So he can start off going for your body, and if your arms don't move to where they need to move, he's going for your head, and that change up, you don't know. I do think a lot of activity would be good, but it has to be calculated activity. Because just like in the breakdown I was giving about somebody like Figueroa, or somebody like Deniri and Inoue fight, I think activity probably would, like a high work rate probably would kind of give a patient boxer a little bit of trouble. They might, you know what I'm saying, get hit a little bit more than what you're accustomed to seeing as they figure out, okay, cool, this is what you like to do. When they tracking and recording and doing everything before they actually hit you with that combination or that punch that you think you're comfortable with. That's my opinion, man. But I like Frank, man. I think he has Ramiro Duno, Jackson Marinez, Michelle Rivera. He got Artem, which Shakur is getting ready to fight him. Not sure how that's going to age. You know, we got to see how Artem is going to be with Shakur. But I respect Frank's resume. I know that when all things were even and they went into amateurs, I know that he actually beat Virgil Ortiz when they was at the same level. Just like we can go back and look and we can say that Ugas beat Bud when they was at the same level. We can say that Ryan and Devin, they split 3-3. So when they were at the same level, they have proven that they can actually beat somebody at that level at that time. Where they're at now in relation, but if I were to tell anybody right now who look at Virgil Ortiz, who stopped everybody he's ever got in the ring with, had a little bit of issues with inactivity because of his body and sucking down in the weight classes and all that, they would never believe that Frank actually beat Virgil Ortiz. Dropped him too. He dropped Virgil. Virgil got a bigger frame. He's a bigger guy. But that says a lot. I think that Frank can rise to the occasion. I just think that once again, man, Tank, he's a special guy, man. He's not going to be a guy that anybody appreciate. A lot of people are not going to appreciate him until he hang up the gloves. Tank Davis' advantage is he can box and he has power in the chin. Facts. Frank is solid. Salute. Facts, JDL. Tank has the sneaky uppercut and throws it with power. Frank has to be smart on when to engage or to be a short night. Yeah, he got to kind of play possum at times. And it's the age old, because it's certain boxes that I always figure out when I'm like, okay, think, Mike, how would you go at trying to beat these fighters? Like, how would you go and try to beat somebody like Naoya anyway? How would you go and try to beat somebody like Gervonta Tank Davis? And it's easier said than done. Trust me, easier said than done. But what I always say is that it's almost like when they want to engage, you shouldn't. And when you think that they're waiting back and they're rested and they're on defense, then you should. So it's almost like you can almost kind of not let them do what they want. It's kind of hard. It's a lot easier to say than it is to enact. A lot easier to say. Tall shoes, tall task. But I think that if you put up a little resistance when Tank wants to do what he want to do, I think you kind of want to not let him do what he wants to do when he want to do it. Again, easier said than done. But that's the initial breakdown. Gervonta Tank Davis and Frank Martin, they have real smoke. Frank Martin has showed you that even when somebody had PEDs in his system, he dropped them and he put the Beats by Dre down on him. And that was Michelle La Salsa Rivera, who went up and put the Beats by Dre on somebody like Lipinets at 140. I respect Frank. He just happened to be on the wrong team in this fight. So I got Tank, just like Champion Sports Boxing. I got Tank. Mailers, I say Frank got everything to defeat Tank, but need to be able to assimilate Tank power. Yeah, Tank. I almost kind of believe it, man. I think that, man, if he hurt Tank or buzz Tank or rock Tank and really make him mad or really wake him up, I think we'll see something out of Tank that we've never seen. And this is the last food for thought I'm gonna give y'all. This is the last food for thought I'm gonna give y'all, and we're gonna wrap it up because Tank and Frank got real smoke. I've been trying to say it for a long time that Ryan and Devin, right now it's mirrors. That's why I titled it Smoke and Mirrors, man. I thought that could be a good quality fight, but it's almost been like Lemony Snicket's chain of unfortunate events. Looking at this Ryan and Devin saga. But I'll leave you with this. Before Sean Porter fought Terrence Bud Crawford, in training camp, he brought in Gervonta Tank Davis. It was highly speculated that Gervonta Tank Davis did something very special in that sparring match. Now, I'm not close enough to get the real inside details, but looking at different things and times and looking at the whole conversation around it, and really honing in on what was really going on, this is all I can say. Kenny Porter, who Tank brought in for the fight with Ryan, and what he brought Kenny Porter in was to be a different set of eyes outside of Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny. And that was Tank's call to bring him in. He said he wanted him. That's what Kenny Porter said. He brought me in because he wanted something different to be able to see, not in a negative way, but just to enhance your skills, to have something extra, somebody else giving you another perspective on what's going on. And Kenny Porter was on one about his whole thing was like ambushing. That was the thing for Kenny Porter. He brought in Kenny Porter to give him ways to think about ambushing Ryan Garcia, because they were saying that, he said it's a common theme or narrative that Tank be down on rounds and this and that and coming from behind. He said, well, what if you don't have to come from down from behind? What if you fight like this? It just so happened that Ryan came out like a bull in a china shop at first. High work rate, just swinging, punches or whatever. And then Tank figured out, okay, how we do. He was learning how to get up under the hook. He was learning his space and getting his timing together. And then, bop! Busted nose. Bop! Liver shot. It was over. But I say this. Kenny Porter was one of the first ones, along with Coach Kevin Cunningham, Breadman, all of the coaches I ever hear from that talk about Tank, they all say that he's special. Don't take it from me. I'm just, I'm not a, you say, oh, yeah, you just Tank only fan. Okay, whatever. Cool. But Kenny had already acknowledged that Tank was special. After Sean shared the ring with Tank going into that Bud fight, he said, I realized what my father was talking about. That's what he said. I realized what my father, I now know what my father was talking about when he said, I realized Tank is special. You can read the newspaper clippings. You can get all distracted by all the people that want to like use his name for like crazy reasons because, you know, his name sells and it rings bells and it gets likes, clicks, and views. You can buy into all of that. Or you can go back and look at some of these boxing matches with Tank. Go back and look at what he did with Leo Santa Cruz. Go back and look at what happened in the Pedraza fight. Go back and look at what happened with Mario Barrios. Actually look at it. Turn the volume down and look at it, what's going on. You're going to see flashes of brilliance everywhere. And I promise you this is the last one. I'm going to go. And salute Champion Sports Boxing. 100 body work. But I go back and I look at him, right? A lot of his different fights. And then I was listening to some of the interviews from Coach Calvin and this. What I think is very special is that they always make it known that it was people that he grew up with in the gym. People that's no longer with him. People that either passed away or in jail or whatever. And when you hear Coach Calvin, sometimes he'll get a little worked up about it because he says that Tank, he's actually seeing Tank come into his own. He's saying he's like a field journal. You know how they say like Peyton Manning when he used to play quarterback, he was like a field journal where he can see. Processor was just on a whole different level on the field. He was like pretty much a player coach. He's basically saying that Tank is almost like a boxer coach now, where he's coming back saying what he's seen and communicating with them and then getting their feedback because it's called mastering your craft. But if you ever go back and look at some of them old videos of Coach Calvin from a couple years ago, maybe like a year and a half, 2 years ago, maybe about a year and a half now, he says that he's now seeing Tank embody some of those guys that they grew up with that he was training in the gym. Some of the guys that either passed away or they're in jail, he's actually seeing Tank take on some of the characteristics of some of those dudes in the gym. And they say it take a village to raise a kid. That kid is a grown man now, doing big things. I try not to focus on the outside stuff. We touched on it, you know what I'm saying? I do a lot of that over there with Pop. He's starting to come over and we starting to chop it up about a bunch of different things, but this is smoke and mirrors. We got to wait and see what's going on with Ryan. We got to wait for the end of the testing to actually really make an honest, fair, responsible decision about that. But we're coming into the Tank and Frank time. And I don't want y'all to get it confused, but that's a very, very good fight, man. Don't let people discount you and tell you that fight ain't anything and it ain't nothing, but this is what it really is, y'all. Anyways, man, we're gonna get more into it, you know. If my video don't load tomorrow before the Canelo fight, to kick that fight off on the main card, Montes Stanionis is taking on Gabriel Maestre. And that's a very sneaky good fight. And it's going to actually show you what comes ahead at the 147 division. Outside of that, you know, it is what it is, y'all. But I thank each and every one of y'all for coming through, showing love, showing support, chiming in, giving your feedback, just being yourself. You know, just adding to the conversation. And we're going to continue to do this thing. We are going to continue to do this thing and we're going to ride it out. Anyways, y'all, thanks for choosing Bodywork Boxing. But we don't take things for face value. We do that body work.
He didn't want to box. He wanted to actually prove that he could punch with you. He was like, what the fuck is this nigga, right? Oh, okay, you want to go to sleep. You tired.
Welcome to Bodywork.